like, what you don't like, what you're standing for, what you will always stand for, and what you won't stand for. And you also need to know what you're passionate about. You need to know you from root to toes. Everything that is you, what your name means, how you like hair, what food you like, what food you don't like. What kind of shoes you like, what kind of shoes you don't like. I mean, they seem like simple things to know, but it's the essence of you. Because when you wake up every single day knowing exactly who you are, you can go about your day not worrying about what anybody else thinks about you. You are secure in your identity. You are secure in who you are. And you can begin to live your legacy. Now, you all attend our things. Where did I stop? Knowing who you are. Okay. You all attend our service. I'm going to tell you a little. You may know it, you may not know it. But when it comes to students who attend a parochial school, that would be All Saints, Catholic school, Wesleyan, or even until there is this, how should I say it? There is this identity that is already labeled on you without people knowing. Yes, you know. There is identity already labeled on you. People outside of parochial schools and private schools automatically think that all of you believe that you are better than everybody else. Automatically. Doesn't even, they don't have to know you. They don't ever have to meet you. They don't ever have to want to know your name. But because you attend private school, automatically labeled on you. You believe that you are better than everybody else. And that's not true. It's not true in the least. Although you attend a private school, those of us who are adults and we are adulting, we know that it's some serious financial sacrifices that your parents have to make for you to be here. What you have to do is to make sure that you pass attending this school, because these financial sacrifices will come back to haunt you in the name of your parents. They will gripe on you as long as they can about wasting my money. I sent you to this school. You didn't even. It will happen. Some parents might be like, "Yeah, we'll try again," but some parents will hold that against you. Like they'll put a lien on your life. They will put a lien on your life worth from the bank with a lien on the property. So you automatically have an identity label on you. And what you have to do is understand that even though that's there, always be yourself and work against it. I work with my friend, Miss Amy, back there, and other stuff outside of the school. And she's very down to earth. She's a little sneaky sometimes, but she's very down to earth. I work with other students in different schools, and one thing I know that we all have the same basic structure. We live in the Virgin Islands. We live in 32 square miles on St. Thomas, so all of our circles are intertwined. We all have the same identity issues. We all have the same identity issues. We struggle to find out who we are, and by the time we get to know who we are, sometimes it's too late. We're so stuck in what everybody else has told us we are, and who we should be, and how we should act, and how we should sound, that when it's time for us to be us, we don't know how to do it. So at this age, figure out exactly who you are. Figure out your own personal identity.
I'm pretty sure my hand's in this thing.
And as you go along, my seniors, who we've already started, because college is going to be rough. College is going to be rough. And as you go along, it'll become easier with each transition that you make in life. I see my seniors, juniors, 11th graders, sophomores, freshmen, and all underclassmen, other underclassmen. That's your pyramid. As they leave, your juniors are going to go up, and you have to be able to know who you are and where you stand being the senior at All Saints and the legacy you're going to leave behind at All Saints. What are they going to say about the junior class when they become seniors? ain't funny. Exactly. What are they going to say about the junior class when they become seniors and moving forward? What are they going to say? What identity are you going to leave at all things that will propel the next class to want to strive to emulate you? Got to know that. Second point is to hone your power. Now, as young women period, we have a certain power that we don't tap into. And that power is to be feminine, to actually be a girl, to actually feel, to understand our emotions, to enjoy using our brains, to stand strong in the face of all adversity, and to connect and nurture with other people. That's our power. But we don't know it because we live in a society where we have to be masculine. We have to be always stronger than the next person. We have to always be a pillar for somebody else, not leaving enough time and space for us to be vulnerable. We have to be masculine. We have to be the mothers and the big sisters, and sometimes the big brothers if you've got a little brother. You have to be the one to help put together electronics, to help build something that needs to be built, to fight battles. Battles need to be fought, to be a protector, because there isn't anybody around to do the protecting. Everything in our power shifts from us being feminine, from being the nurturing women that we're going to be, who are going to be supportive and who are going to lift everybody up. We end up becoming masculine, and we have to fight. We have to constantly fight battles that are not meant for us to fight because there's no balance. Our power has been stripped from us because there's no balance. But you have to own your power. You have to know that through it all, being a woman, being a girl, being a woman is a beautiful thing. And it's not just about giving birth and doing your nails and wearing heels and pretty clothes. It's not about that. It's about being able to collectively be together and support each other through everything. Mrs. Bushelke said it takes a village to raise a child. That adage is true. But that village is always going to be the women. The women are always going to be the ones who are going to stand strong and collectively to make sure that each person is taken care of. Nobody will fall by the wayside if we as women hone our power and decide that we are going to be better than what they have left for us. Too many times we have families, we have aunts, uncles, cousins, and we don't see them. We live on the same island and we don't see them. Maybe around Thanksgiving and Christmas, maybe Easter, but we don't see them. We don't have conversations. We don't have connections. And that's family, that's immediate family. So guess what happens when your immediate family is disconnected? You end up being disconnected from everything else because that's what you see, that's what you know. It's normal for you to have a disconnection with family and friends and support because in your nucleus, that's what it is. And as you get older and you continue to grow in that disconnection, you find it hard to have stable relationships. You find it hard to have stable friendships. You find it hard to have stable relationships with men. For those of you who might get there, the rest of you wait it out. Trust me, wait it out. But you find it hard to have a connection to people. And you struggle. And you constantly wonder, why am I so separate from everything and everyone? It's because when you were younger, that disconnection was there. And nobody told you there's power in you being a girl. There's power in you being a woman. There's power in you having that support system to help you grow. Trees can't grow by themselves. They need dirt, and they need a stable foundation. Roots need to go down so they can come up. Flowers don't grow by themselves. They have stems, stalks, or base for them to grow. They have their connection. We cannot grow by ourselves. We need the roots. We need our stalks. We need our support. We need, as a collective, especially in a small school, you guys need to hone your power and get back into being your support system, your collective. Your power is something that's going to grow with you, and it's going to expand as you get to know who you are, your identity, and you start to hone it. My fourth tip, which is already what I started to talk about, is support your sisters. We as women do not support each other enough. We don't do enough to say, you did great on the test, or well, you didn't do so well on the test, do you need some help? I can help you study, I can tutor you. Oh, you have a problem writing this? I can help you write this. Or we have something that we're doing that you might be interested in, how would you like to join us? We do not support each other. It's always a competition. Women see women as competition. No matter what, as soon as you walk in the door, if two people walk in the opposite door, they're gonna look at each other, size each other up, and if they see them as competition, they will be competition from that moment forward. We always see other women as competition. We take it very hard to see another woman and say, you know what? I like your shoes, or I love your dress, or I love your hair. Simple things. We take it hard to give small compliments that help to balance each other out. We would look at somebody and be like, yeah, I can do it better. And even if we don't say it aloud, we say it subconsciously. And what sticks in our subconscious, soon enough we're going to start to say those words. And soon enough we're going to start to believe it to the point where everybody becomes your competition. And that's not how it should be. We are supposed to support each other. Right now, coming from the Virgin Islands, when you see somebody in the Virgin Islands making big, automatically everybody's supporting. They're on that bandwagon. I'm Team Rock City, I'm Team Happy, I'm Team Flashed Off. Everybody jumps on the VI bandwagon after you make it big. Only after you make it big. Nobody is on your bandwagon or on your team when you are trying to make it big. When you're in that struggle, when you're hustling, when you're grinding to make sure that what you want to do in life, you can do. The legacy that you want to leave, what you're trying to build. Nobody is on your team. And that's what we have to stop. You have to make sure that whatever you're doing, if you want to be a world-class designer, traveling in Paris, fashion runways, you have to make sure that from now, you've got your team. People who've got your back through it all. Now you might separate every once in a while because people grow, they shift, things happen in life. But if that person is for you, if that person is a root, no matter where they branch off to, they will be right there for you. They will be your support system. They will be your collective. If you want to be a doctor, and studying is tough, but you have friends who understand your passion that you want to be a doctor, those friends will make sure that when it comes to studying for a test, that you want to go party, those friends will be like, you ain't no party. You got a test. You got exams coming up. You got boards you need to prepare for. They will make sure that you don't party, but you study. That is what we need. And it can be very simple to the fact that if you're having a bad day, and we as women have a lot of bad days. We have bad days. We get very emotional. You have to have somebody in your system that's going to be like, you know what? Let's step to the side real quick. Let's have 5 minutes. Let's talk it out. Let's hug it out so you can feel better. Even down to the point of having somebody who's willing to hold your hand through a bad moment helps to keep you grounded and growing. Because there's nothing better than having somebody who's got your back. There's nothing better than that. I can count on my hand the amount of people that have my back. And it's only 3. That have my back through everything. 3. And that doesn't even include family. They have my back through everything. And they all came in different stages of my life, but if I decide to move to Antarctica tomorrow, they're gonna joke on me, they're gonna talk about me, they're gonna call me extremely crazy, but they'll help me pack my bags and I'm going to Antarctica. And they will support me through everything. If I need some red meat because I can't get it in Antarctica, they will send me a care package of red meat. That's what you have. It's a small number, but that number, I know that I can do whatever it is that I want. And then I also belong to a collective of women. I belong to a support of sisters. We call ourselves a queeneration. And this collective of women entrepreneurs, fashion designers, models, tech, we have tech savvy people, we have moms, there's just so much in this collective. And if somebody's having a bad day, they can post it, and that collective automatically comes in and prays over her and makes sure that from that moving forward, she's okay. If somebody has good news, it's good news for everybody. Because we are shouting and celebrating, and we are excited because you have a collective to help push you to your next step. And that's what we all need. And in this school, you are your collective. Well, minus your smaller little sisters. But you have to be that for them. You have to make sure that they know coming up that they can do whatever it is that they want to do. And they have people who will support them through it all. I have 2 adopted sisters, 2 little sisters from programs that I did when I was younger. They're still my little sisters. To this day, it's big sis, little sis. If they need anything and I have it, they have it. Whatever happens in their life, happens in my life. I celebrate their successes, I mourn their failures, and I help support and grow them through everything. That's what you have to do for your little sisters coming up and for those you meet moving forward. That's what you have to do. And my fourth point for building your legacy is to live positively. That cannot be stressed enough. There is enough negativity around us every single day. From violence, to the news, to the government trying to talk people out of $390 million in retroactive aid. Everything's negative. Very seldom do we see something that says, this happened positively and this should be celebrated. My alma mater went to New Orleans and killed. Like the man literally went to New Orleans and killed. He got gold and silver. He just took the entire tournament. And yes, we had a write-up in the paper, but the only people that were excited were those who had children there and those who went to the school. It wasn't an island-wide thing. And Talicia's won the quiz bowl. Only those who had an intimate relationship with it were excited. Nobody gets excited about everyone. When I see All Saints does do something, I get excited. Why? Because I know how you guys are. But I also get excited because my family goes to this church and you guys live here. People need to be excited about the things that you do. You need to be excited about the things that everyone here does and outside. Live positive. Be excited. Be that person that if everything is falling down around you, you can still be positive in it and make sure nobody else loses their cool. And if all of you can be that person, guess what? The building won't fall. The building won't fall. It'll still be standing because you will then be that building. People will come into you just so they can tap into that positivity. But be mindful. Sometimes when people tap into your positivity, they will drain you. So you have to know who your balance is. Find peace and solitude to reflect. This is my favorite thing. When your mind is constantly going, thinking about school, thinking about what you're going to do after school, thinking about all your extracurricular activities, thinking about your future, you have no time to reset. So you have to find a place of peace and solitude to reflect. You have to find somewhere quiet where you can be you, where you can write out your frustrations, where you can sing out your frustrations, where you can just reflect on the day, what was good, what was bad, and what you want to do moving forward. Because if you can find this peace once a day, once a week, but if you can find that peace, everything else will start to move forward for you in a smoother fashion. So you have to find your place of peace and solitude to reflect. Fourth point is to be grateful. No matter what happens, good or bad, be grateful. There are lessons in everything that you do. Of course, if something good happens, it's because it's meant to happen for you, be grateful. But if something bad happens, there's a lesson in it to learn. Learn that lesson and be grateful. Because if you're not grateful about it, you're going to have to redo that lesson. And who wants to redo something bad when you're not grateful for what happens to you, the good or the bad, it happens again. Until you learn that lesson and learn how to be grateful about it. My fourth point, pay it forward. Who knows what paying it forward is? In a sense, yes. Paying it forward is what's your name? If Deja does something nice for Ajwa, nice. If Deja does something nice for Ajwa, out of the kindness of her heart, Ajwa now has to pay it forward. She has to keep that positivity going. And as you continue paying it forward, you instill a certain light into people. Because if whatever she did out of the kindness of her heart, she's sending her love to Ajwa, and Ajwa should do the same. And it'll continue and continue and continue until some point, almost everyone can feel what happened at the beginning. You've got to pay it forward. You've got to do things out of the goodness of your heart. Not because the Bible says so, not because you're obligated to do so, but because it helps to build the world when you do so. Women are the most impacting species on the planet. Don't let anybody fool you. Women are the most impacting species on the planet. We have the highest grossing entrepreneurial numbers in the planet. We have CEOs of airlines, we have multi-millionaires, we have women who are entrepreneurs, coaches, everything under the sun, and still have time to be mothers, nurturers, sisters, aunts, and women who take care of everything. We are the most impacting species on the planet. Without us, this world would cease to exist. And that's true. Because we cook, we feed people, we hold your hand when you're crying, we kiss your blues, we listen to you vent and carry on with everything, even though we want to roll our eyes and just not listen to you, but we do it. We are the backbone of this planet. We are the nurturers and birthers of this planet. Without us, this ceases to exist. We are the most impacted. And that is something that we have to start building once again. So if you want to have a business, you better make sure you have women on your team that will grow your business. If you want to be a cosmetologist, make sure the women who are on your team understand your vision and can bring beauty to everybody that walks in your door. If you just want to be a coach and speak to people, because some people just need somebody to pour into their lives. If you just want to do that, do it with everything in your power and make sure that you pour into the lives of other women. Because the seed that you plant in someone today will grow into a strong, powerful tree in a few years, and you always want to pour into people. Always. That, my dear queens, is how